In the beginning, we see London, where underground railway tracks are being laid. During the excavation, they discover a very old tomb known as the Crusader Knights' Tomb. This discovery makes the excavation extremely valuable. Due to this, Dr. Henry arrives at the site to examine the tomb, where he notices some paintings on the walls. After seeing them, he tells the others that this tomb reveals the oldest secrets of ancient times. It contains such mysteries that have never been unveiled before. The story then shifts to a flashback, taking us to the year 1127 AD. Here, we are introduced to Princess Amunet, who is beautiful, cunning, and a ruthless warrior. The most significant aspect was that she was the greatest heir to the Egyptian throne because the king had no other offspring. However, soon her father remarries and a son is born. Traditionally, a male child would rule the kingdom, and thus he was destined to become the true heir to the Egyptian throne. But Amunet couldn't tolerate this, as she wanted to rule Egypt herself. She chooses the path of evil, and one night, she lights lamps around herself in a room and summons the god of evil, Set. When Set hears her prayer, he appears and gives her a magical dagger. As soon as she touches the dagger, tattoos start forming on her body, written in ancient Egyptian script containing dark spells. Gradually, Amunet undergoes a rebirth, her humanity fading, and a demon is born within her. With her newfound power, she first goes to her father and kills him with the magical dagger. She then kills her brother as well. However, her savagery doesn't stop there. She now wants to bring Set to Earth, but for that, she needs a human body. She chooses a man from her kingdom. But before she can kill him with Set's dagger, the king's soldiers capture her because she had killed the king. As punishment, she is mummified alive and buried deep underground, far from Egypt. The story then returns to the present time, where we see two friends, Nick and Eric, in Iraq. They are both US soldiers. Nick had stolen a map from an archaeologist some time ago. They talk about how the map leads to a location filled with ancient treasures. Nick wants to get his hands on these treasures, sell them for a huge profit, and become wealthy. But when they reach the location, they are attacked by the local people. To save their lives, Eric calls for air support, and soon the US Army arrives, led by Sergeant Vance. They rescue both of them. Then the archaeologist named Jennifer arrives, whose map Nick had stolen 3 days ago. She slaps Nick and demands her map back, but Nick refuses. As they argue, they notice that a missile has created a hole in the ground, revealing a new tomb. It seems to be a large structure from an ancient time. Jennifer goes down with Nick and Eric. As they descend, a drop of water falls on Nick's hand. But when Jennifer checks the drop, she discovers that it's not water, but mercury. The mercury is flowing into a small square pit that leads them deeper underground. There, they find a well filled with mercury, surrounded by 6 guards, all staring at the well. 4 ropes are hanging in the middle of the well, as if something is suspended there. Jennifer realizes that this is not a tomb, but a prison, where a prisoner has been kept. She also tells Nick that mercury is used to keep evil spirits away. However, the mystery of what lies in the well remains. Nick then pulls out his gun and shoots one of the ropes. As the rope breaks, a heavy stone slab starts to descend, and a large coffin slowly rises from the mercury. This coffin is the same one that had been hidden in Egypt in 1127 AD, to keep a demonic spirit from being unleashed. Meanwhile, they notice a swarm of spiders emerging from the ground, one of which bites Eric. Meanwhile, they notice a swarm of spiders emerging from the ground, one of which bites Eric. Meanwhile, Nick begins to experience visions, seeing Amunet in a barren desert, where she tells him that he has freed her and is now hers. She has chosen him for a special purpose. Nick then snaps back to the present time. Knowing that the coffin is extremely valuable and ancient, he decides to take it with him on the airplane. Meanwhile, we see Eric unconscious due to the spider bite, slowly becoming Amunet's victim. He begins to clear his path by killing all the soldiers present there. Nick doesn't want Eric to harm anyone, so he finally shoots him. Amunet's spirit is deeply hurt by this, and suddenly a flock of crows attacks them, causing their plane to crash. Nick doesn't want Jennifer to be caught up in all this, so he straps a parachute to her and pushes her out of the plane. With only one parachute, Nick dies in the plane crash. The story then shifts to a morgue, where the dead bodies recovered from the crash are shown. Nick's body is also there, but suddenly, he wakes up fully healed with no scars or marks, as if the accident had never happened. The doctors and Jennifer are shocked to see Nick alive and well. When Nick goes to the washroom, he sees Eric's spirit, who tells him that they are both cursed. He also tells Nick that Amunet has chosen him for a significant purpose, which is why he survived the plane crash. Very soon, Amunet will kill him with the special dagger given to her by Set, and use his body to bring Set to Earth. Nick doesn't believe this, and leaves. However, the visions don't stop. He is soon chased by a creature surrounded by rats. The rats attack him, but just before Nick is hit by a car, Jennifer arrives and saves him. Nick tries to explain everything that has been happening to him, but Jennifer doesn't believe him. Nick insists that he needs to go to the site of the plane crash to retrieve Amunet's coffin. Jennifer reluctantly agrees, and they steal a police car and head to the coffin's location. Meanwhile, we see Amunet, who is now out of the coffin, restoring her body to its former state by draining the blood of everyone around her. Nick and Jennifer arrive at the site. Suddenly, Nick is taken away by shadows, and it's revealed that he has been captured by zombies created by Amunet using her dark powers. These zombies are bloodless because Amunet drained their blood to restore herself. Amunet arrives with the dagger given to her by Set, but she realizes that the red ruby, which was once attached to the dagger, is missing. Without the ruby, she cannot bring Set to Earth, and her dream of gaining immense power will remain unfulfilled. Jennifer arrives just in time, and Amunet attempts to kill her. However, Nick seizes the opportunity and stabs Amunet from behind with the dagger, injuring her. He then flees with Jennifer in a car. But Amunet, with her supernatural speed, catches up to them. Just as she is about to kill them, soldiers led by Dr. Henry arrive and target Amunet. They capture Nick and Jennifer and take them to a lab where a significant revelation is made. We learn that Jennifer had been working for Dr. Henry all along. Amunet is now captured and chained with Mercury. Only Mercury can suppress her full potential. Amunet tells Nick that he will soon become a god, invincible and immortal, and she will be his queen on Earth. Meanwhile, Amunet's magical spiders infect one of the guards, who shuts off the machines pumping mercury into Amunet's body. Amunet frees herself and starts killing everyone. Jennifer tells Nick that she knows how to stop this disaster. They need to destroy the ruby, which is the source of the dagger's power. She knows where it is. They manage to escape the building, but Amunet summons the demon Set, causing a sandstorm to engulf the entire city of London. To escape the storm, Nick and Jennifer reach the underground rail tracks, where the Crusader Knight's tomb was found at the beginning of the movie. Jennifer knows that the ruby was placed above this tomb to prevent its full power from being unleashed. However, before they can destroy the ruby, Amunet arrives and reanimates all the mummies in the tomb, turning them into zombies. She finally retrieves the ruby and places it back on the dagger. Nick and Jennifer try to escape, but they are chased by the mummies and zombies. They jump into the water to save themselves, but Jennifer drowns. Nick is devastated and starts crying. Amunet arrives and begins the ritual to bring Set to Earth. She pulls out the dagger to kill Nick and free Set forever. Nick tries to stop her and distracts her by telling her various things. Falling for his words, Nick stabs himself with the dagger. All of Set's dark powers enter Nick's body, but he sees Jennifer and realizes he is making a mistake. He regains control of his body and kills Amunet using his power to revive Jennifer. Although Set's dark powers are still within Nick, he has full control over his body. To prevent himself from doing any harm, he runs away. Jennifer meets Dr. Henry, who tells her that Nick has fled somewhere far away, and no one knows where he is or what he's doing. However, the danger still exists on Earth. The movie ends here. In the post-credit scene, we see Nick walking towards a desert, still possessing Set's powers, leaving us with a suspenseful ending. So guys, how did you like this video? Please like and comment to let me know. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon to stay updated on all my upcoming videos. With that, I'll take my leave.